The Russian military's display of force in Ukraine and the Middle East has rattled the West. The Kremlin's troops and weapons still occupy Donbas, and Moscow's airstrikes aimed at Islamic State appear to be missing their said target, instead destroying other forces fighting Syrian President Assad. But these tactics to destabilize entire regions raise even more questions, namely, what will President Vladimir Putin do next, and should we panic now? That's a question we hope to answer in today's press review. To help us, Edward Lucas, writing for The Daily Beast. In the article titled "No, We're Not Facing World War III", Lucas writes, Putin is a bully, but he is not insane. He may rattle his nuclear sabre, but in any real confrontation with the West, he is the guaranteed loser. He can credibly menace the Baltic states because in Pentagon war games, the Russians always get to the coast before the Allies get to Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania. But this ignores the wider context. So long as the West responds to a geographically limited provocation with a much broader response, Putin is powerless. In the article, Lucas gives the example of Estonia. It's a European nation and NATO member, populated by some only 1.3 million. Would any country risk World War III to protect the Baltic state? The answer to that is, in most Western capitals, clearly no, but it is an answer to the wrong question. The apocalypse which we can wreak on the Putin regime has nothing to do with enriched uranium or missiles. It comes from exploiting Russia's Achilles heel, its dependence on Western financial markets and systems. This gives the West, if it chooses, the best possible response to Russian military intimidation. We can freeze and, if necessary, seize the Kremlin's assets in the West. But Lucas goes on to add that Western powers still need military countermeasures to deter President Putin from bullying his neighbours. We need more troops in Poland and the Baltic states, with closer integration of non-NATO Sweden and Finland. We need better intelligence, especially about Russia's battlefield nuclear weapons, better cyber defences, a resilient economy and political system which can withstand sanctions, propaganda attacks and the targeted use of corruption. Put all these elements together and you get the modern mix of hybrid warfare, or as it's known, unconventional warfare, something the Kremlin initially succeeded in before it dramatically failed. All that happened for lessons which we should bear in mind in our far stronger and richer societies. Ukrainians survived because they were not scared. We are losing because we are. The fear of World War III is part of the Kremlin's psychological arsenal, designed to make us think that resistance is futile and suicidally risky. Lucas concludes that Russia is in objective terms a nuisance and not a menace, and that the Kremlin strongman is only dangerous if we let him be. That's all for the press review. From Kiev, this is Ukraine Today.